Hi, my name is Tian Chou. Today I'm going to explain the correlation analysis for my project 2 PSDA for my group. So the objective is to determine whether there is a linear relationship between social media's hours and sleep hours. So the null hypothesis is rho equals to 0, which means there's no linear correlation. And the alternative hypothesis is rho not equals to 0, which means there's a linear correlation exists. So this is the data from the calculation and from the RStudio. So alpha is equal to 0.05 since we are using a 95% confidence level, and the degree of freedom is 248 because although the total sample data set is 80,000, but I'm only using 250 as my sample data. So the degree of freedom we're getting 248. Using these two values, we'll get the critical value. So the lower tier critical value is negative 1.96, and the higher tier critical value is 1.96, getting from the T distribution table. So the value that the answer calculation from this is from the RStudio. So the test statistic value T is equal to negative 0.59202, which we use to say whether the result is the null hypothesis is fail to reject or reject later. P value P is equal to 0.5544, which is the surprise index, and 0.544, which is high, which means that the result is normal and expected under the null hypothesis. And the sample correlation coefficient R equals to negative 0.03756693. This gives a very weak relationship. And okay, so using the we will use the critical region to test whether the hypothesis is reject or fail to reject. So the lower tier is negative 1.96 and the higher tier is 1.96, and the T value is negative 59202 is negative 0.59202, which is located here, which is not is not is does not go lower than 1.96 or greater than 1.96, which give the null hypothesis is fail to reject. So which this mean there's no relationship between social media's hours and the sleep hours, which means if a student having a lot of time on social media doesn't mean that doesn't that there are any effect on their sleep hours. They are also, although they are consume many time on the social media, they are also having sufficient sleep, which this is the conclusion. So that's all from me. Thank you.